Alright folks, welcome back to the shop, or in this case, the shooting range outside the shop. Today we're going to be looking at the X-Sight, ATN X-Sight, Generation 1 and the Generation 2. I'll be making a little bit of a comparison. It's not going to be an unboxing. There's a lot of videos of stuff coming out of box. This is shooting it and using it at night and day, and just seeing how it compares. First got this. This actually belongs to my neighbor, but I set it up on this gun and sighted it in. I was having some issues with it. There's actually a video out there. I was having some issues. After each shot it would lose its focus. Now this is going to be the first time I'm shooting it after that with it. We reset the firmware and supposedly it may have taken and is working better, but I'll show you here in just a few minutes whether it's still doing that or not. My Generation 1 is still pretty solid. I mean, there's little tips and tricks you need to do and know it for what kind of scope it is. It's not a glass scope. It's a camera with crosshairs, but for the price it gives you so much flexibility and capability. But anyhow, we'll do a little shooting with it in day mode and have a look at it, make sure that focusing issue is over with. We're going to take a couple of shots with the Gen 2. Make sure it's still not losing its focus after the shots. Here we go. Still in focus. Take one on the steel down there. We hit the steel target and knocked it down. Looks like I got to do some repairs on my targets down there. But the good news is it seemed to stay in focus. So that's a good thing. The video when I first got this out of the box and before I did a factory reset, after each shot it would lose focus significantly, but apparently doing a factory reset fixed the problem. I had already installed the latest firmware, so that wasn't an issue. At any rate, it is the Gen 2. Alright, got some video recording there. We're going to load up 3 rounds. This is just some plinking ammo. It's 150 grains. Just a soft tip bullet. Again, this is the Generation 1. Recording through the scope now, but we'll have a look at it. And we'll compare the 2 videos together here. Why not? Alright, now on the steel. So that's a good solid hit back there on the steel. And it's pretty well in focus. Of course, this one never had a issue of it losing the focus. So there you go. We'll have 2 side-by-side comparisons. The Gen 1 to Gen 2, same lighting conditions. I'll do the same thing at night. maybe we can get on some hogs with it. So I'm gonna hold off, and they're all small. Looks to be about 5 or 6 of them. It is kind of a full moon, that's without any illumination. Focus is pretty touchy on this thing. Those hogs are about 100 yards out. They don't seem to hear me. I don't think they care.
just hit the woods.
Alright, this is actually the scope's eye view. Looking through the scope. This is what you see. Now, I could just record a picture through the scope, but let's just give you an idea of what's going on when you're looking through it, the different displays. This is zooming in. It's at full zoom there. Of course, you can see the compass heading at the top. Zoom back out. And of course, when you hit the record function, record minute countdown comes up in the upper left hand screen. Like I said, that's just what it looks like looking through this, the Generation 1 X-Sight 3x12. Looking right through the scope. Alright, I'll set this up, see if I can't get it on the Gen 2 as well. Alright, this is looking through the Generation 2 scope. Looks like the high definition optics are not really in sync with this camcorder I'm using. Hence the rolling color bars you get in there every now and then. Let's zoom in with this one. It does have a pretty clear picture. I'm gonna focus out. Back in. That's it, base mag right there. Looks pretty well in focus. Let's go to full magnification. And again, this is just so you can see the display inside the scope. I could just hook this up to an external phone or something like that and film the screen, which I still may do, but since I had this device to hook up a camera to a scope, decided to use it. And that's the view from the scope. Generation 2 X-Sight 3x14. Alright. This is just a recap of the ATN X-Sight 3x12. I'm going to be comparing it to the Generation 2, which is now a 3x14. But here's just a look at the first generation scope. It's rock solid. It has a few things you need to do, like this Butler Creek cap has a few things that you need to work on. It's to give you increased depth of field and increase the sharpness. We use these Butler Creek caps, drill a hole in it. We also use these external battery packs to supplement it. Any problems I had in the very beginning were solved by using lithium batteries in here instead of just double A's or even the high ones. But this need to use the silver lithium ion batteries that you get in double A's. You can also buy the rechargeable ones, but I haven't gone that route. But it's a very stable platform and it's served me well. So, but since then, since that time, Generation 2 has come out, and a few things have changed. The eyepiece is now a different size. The eyepiece is smaller. It's got a high resolution screen on the inside. Also, the focus knob, which was an issue on the first generation, very hard to get to that focus knob if you had your IR light on the side. The focus knob is now an external knob on top. Works very well. Also, instead of doing the Butler Creek modification, it now actually comes with a nice machined aluminum piece that functions the same way. So you actually have an aluminum piece with about a 1/2 inch hole in the middle of it, and that functions the same way as a depth of field corrector, and this will screw onto the sunshade or directly into the scope. So we'll have a look at that. Other than that, the functions are the same. There's other videos out there to talk about the range finding feature and that sort of thing in there. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just doing some real world looking through it and recording. I find a lot of those features are very nice, but if you're really doing a lot of hunting, recording and an accurate gun is what you need. A good accurate scope. So also this one here also has an external battery supply that we supplemented. You get one of these phone rechargeable batteries and you can hunt virtually all night with that without running that battery down. One thing that we haven't really tried yet is the recoil activated video. It's actually a feature that has to be turned on there inside the menu. But other than that, X-Sight is a very good, inexpensive way to get into night vision shooting. It's amazing how inexpensive this is when you compare it to a Gen 3 true night vision that has no recording, no functions of compass or anything like that. So ATN has come a long ways in making these things viable. Alright folks, this has been a comparison of the Generation 1 and Generation 2 ATN X-Sights. So here we go. Enjoy them. Alright folks, once again on behalf of Zeke and myself, I'd like to say thank you for all the subscriptions and hitting the like button. Once again, the channel continues to grow. Certainly appreciate it. Makes it all worthwhile. Zeke, he sure looks like Shaw's coming by, so he's always ready to talk to somebody about something. So once again, thanks for subscribing. Keep them coming. What about it, Zeke? Do you want this? You want this? Well, talk to me. Speak. Yeah, Zeke is always ready to talk about something. Alright, so here we go folks. Once again, thanks for subscribing. Hit that like button, share, and we'll keep making videos. Thank you. One more time, Zeke, you want this? Speak? 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 Alright, here you go.